$400 billion vanished into AI last year and you haven't seen a single product that justifies it. You're funding a trillion-dollar gamble. The 6 charts that map the delusion will alter your thinking. Global AI infrastructure spending blew past $180 billion in 2024, more than double the year before. Microsoft alone has committed roughly $80 billion for this year's data center expansion. Meanwhile, Amazon and Google are racing to secure GPU clusters the size of small towns. The scale feels intoxicating, but here's what gets overlooked. The vast majority of this spend is on training runs, experiments that might never see a user. And the returns on those experiments are still entirely theoretical. But here's the part that should worry you. Here's the uncomfortable truth: AI revenue for even the biggest players is a rounding error next to the capex bills. Take Meta, its AI lab burns billions without generating a cent of direct income. Google's AI cloud division accounts for perhaps 3% of its ad revenue. Microsoft's Copilot is growing, but nowhere near justifying $80 billion in annual hardware. Goldman Sachs recently asked whether AI will ever pay back its trillion-dollar sticker price, and they're not the only ones getting nervous. The divergence between spend and return is accelerating, not closing. And that gap isn't closing, it's widening in a way few are talking about. Then there's the $500 billion elephant, the Stargate project. Backed by SoftBank and tech giants, it's poised to be the largest AI infrastructure bet in history. Phase 1 alone could cost more than the annual GDP of several countries, all for a future where autonomous AI agents supposedly run our economy. Yet even its own planners quietly admit the business model is pure speculation. They're building first and hoping revenue follows. Meanwhile, chip manufacturers can't keep up. Nvidia's order backlog now stretches into 2027. You might think that's just one mega project, but wait until you see how it's already distorting the entire supply chain. If you're holding AI stocks, this disconnect is your red flag. The smart money is already rotating from pure-play infrastructure, where billions are sunk before a cent materializes, into companies that bill per AI inference, not per speculative training. For example, firms running open-source models like Llama or Mistral on existing servers can deliver AI products at a tenth of the cost of the giants. If you're an entrepreneur, that's where you build. If you're an investor, look for revenue that actually exists, not just data center floor space. But here's the twist in the story everyone's overlooking. The biggest risk isn't slow adoption, it's a compute oversupply crash. When every giant has built data centers for the next GPT-level training run, but a breakthrough makes them unnecessary, those multi-billion-dollar facilities become stranded assets. It's already happening. Researchers recently proved that small, efficiently trained models can match the performance of systems 10 times their size. If that trend accelerates, demand for giant clusters could crater overnight. The AI hype cycle has a history of booms and busts, from expert systems to autonomous driving. The compute bubble is thicker and more expensive than any before. And the trigger for that reset might come from an unexpected place. The next phase isn't about building bigger brains, it's about running them. Once models are trained, the real costs shift to inference: every query, every generated image, every autonomous agent action. That's where revenue finally shows up, but it's also where per-user costs can spiral. OpenAI already spends more on inference than training for some products. The future belongs to whoever makes inference cheap at planetary scale. Startups that build specialized inference hardware or software optimizations are getting funded right now. And when that shift fully hits, the winners won't be who you expect. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to catch the next shockwave before it breaks.